Valley Club, the next fusion is announced. It is coming next week, and we got the details in this video. Character looks absolutely busted with Packmaster Shayak. And if you already see if this character is for you or not, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin raid channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're ready for the next fusion that is coming. Yeah, we just had the tightest one end next week, or last week, and next week we have the next one in the doggy Kro'Khad, the Throatripper. Looks to be a very strong character. If you already have a previous fusion in Packmaster Shayak, I was not playing during that time, but we're gonna talk about the value of this character if you don't have Packmaster, and yeah, I think it's pretty obvious if you do have Packmaster Shayak. Now, if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Raid Shadow Legends video goes up, with at least 6 pieces of Raid Shadow Legends content every single week on this channel. But let's go into the game to look at the original fusion. This one was about a year ago, and this was an orc for Packmaster Shayak. This guy looks good with the dog, but without it, what he did, A1 attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Teams up with an ally, Terror Beast. All the dogs in the game, Terror Beast, Gore Mask, Hound Spawns, Hellfang, Fellhounds, Stitch Beast to attack, and I guess the new champion is gonna be included in this. The ally joining this character will use their default skills, and damage is based on HP. So keep that in mind when we talk about the new champ that is coming. The A2 removes all debuffs since this champion heals them by 50% of the max HP. Place a shield debuff, shield buff on this champion, 2 turns. The value of the shield equal to any surplus heal. A shield buff cannot be removed. It's only transferred if at least one of these dogs is on the same team, and I guess that that next fusion, Kro'Khad, is gonna be included in this. Find place a taunt, reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Cannot be removed or stolen if you have one of the dogs on the team. Next, the A3 fills turn meter of all allies, 25%, so right there is pretty strong, but 81% chance of placing a block bust debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. This cannot be resisted if he has one of the dogs on the team. And then the passive. When attacked, place a hex debuff on attacker for 1 turn. Ally attacks on target under a hex debuff placed by this champion deal 20% more damage. And when this champion is attacked, ally and Terror Beast, all these dogs will counter attack. So you're gonna get good counter attack with Packmaster Shayak. Now, I do want to remind you guys before we get into the kit of the next legendary, you just want to get a free legendary right off the bat, and a few others, 3 total legendaries, 3 total epics. Make sure you use the QR code that just popped up there or the link in the description, because you do that, you're gonna get 3 legendaries, 3 epic characters, including Karato, Fox Hunter. You could use a code to get another one. My recommendation would be to use the Demon Slayer code to get Tholen Foulbeard. That guy is a great damage dealer. And then there's a code right now, Lemonisi the Goldwing. You can get her for free as well. And then at certain levels, you're gonna get a bunch of great epics, some of the best epic champs in the game, Uugo, Tagoar, Fayne. Make sure you use that link if you want to start off that account and get all these bonuses, though, because if you do that from the iOS or Android store, it's not going to give you all those bonuses. So make sure you use the code or the link in the description. But let's go to Reddit for the announcement of the next fusion. Kro'Khad to Throatripper. Release the hounds. The dog is finally here. And if you've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for a while and we're participating in the fusion, got the fusion for Packmaster Shayak, this guy's going to be absolutely busted. If you're like myself, a little newer, I'm probably going to go for this fusion just because I like the collection aspect of it. I'm going to go to try to get every legendary that I can. But as far as what his value is on my account, I don't know how valuable he's going to be without Packmaster, but maybe there's going to be some progressive drops or some kind of events for Packmaster coming in. But it is coming on next Monday, the 28th of July. Yeah, we're getting it right away, guys. The good thing is we are having a increased drop, a double drop for our ancient shards coming up this weekend, but it does not look to coincide with this. So from the orcs, legendary, attack champion, and magic. Do you hear the howling in the distance? A new beast joins the hunt. Kro'Khad the Throatripper in the latest addition to Packmaster's fearsome pack. A loyal hound, eager to tear into PvE battles, and I think he has a lot of PvE value, especially in the Hydra. I'm not sure if he has a lot of PvP value, though, especially ruthless against the Hydra when fighting alongside their master Kro'Khad. Morals, skills are boosted even more, unlocking their full potential. So let's go and to get a deeper dive into this kit. This is the big version here. So the A1 Hound Tyrant. What that's going to do, it is an AoE attack. That is great. That is a great thing. Just the AoE on the A1. That means you can do AoE after AoE after AoE. Now this attack deals a single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage, and that is great because a lot of bosses and some of your gear sets, it will mitigate AoE damage, but even though this is an AoE attack, it counts as single target damage to each of its enemies. I like that. Now this attack, it will ignore reflect damage, pain link, and ally protection buffs, which I've just started the Hydra. I believe these are pretty important buffs that the Hydra does, but I just started last week and I'm kind of just putting up a score right now. So I'm not, I don't know the most about Hydra, but I think those are pretty important to the Hydra. This attack will deal double damage when counterattacking if Packmaster Shayak is on the team. And again, if anyone attacks Packmaster Shayak and he has one of these dogs on the team, they will counterattack. So this Kro'Khad is going to be counterattacking with this A1 big damaging move, AoE damage. All right, the next one, A2. Is Fistering Shot, 4-turn cooldown, and attacks all enemies, place an extra hit on all enemies under 2 or more debuffs. So that could be the extra hit getting a lot more damage. 75% chance placing a leech debuff and a 25% chance weaken debuff for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted if Packmaster Shayak is on the team. So this A2 does not require accuracy if you pair him with Packmaster Shayak. But if you're like myself, don't have that Packmaster, just the big AoE attack and extra hit. Also getting that, you still get that chance for the leech and weaken, but can be resisted if you don't have him on the team. Packmaster Shayak I'm talking about. All right, Dominant Predator. This is the A3. It is a single target attack, attacks one enemy. We'll ignore 50% of the target's defense. That is huge. Also will ignore life barrier and poison cloud buffs, and its effect will be redirect attacks damage buffs to another target. Repeats this attack once more if Packmaster Shayak is on the team. So huge attack. Defense ignoring life barrier as well, and poisons clouds as well. And I had to look this up. The life barrier is going to get extra HP beyond the max HP for the recipient. Can it be removed, stolen, have its duration increase or decrease? Skills that scale damage based on a shield's value will count the life barrier as a shield. Life barrier has the highest preventing buff and will be placed on top of effects such as digestion. In order to remove effects such as digestion, the life barrier must be removed by damage. The life barrier is not removed when the duration ends. If the Hydra head's HP will be fully restored. Removing the life barrier will place a stun debuff on the Hydra head for 1 turn. So I guess this is something that the Hydra head does. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too into the Hydra yet. I'm still working on normal clan boss and started to work on the Chimera, but I think a Hydra will be coming up very soon. Poison Cloud is another one that the Kro'Khad will ignore. The Poison Cloud buffs block damage from poison debuffs. Also, enemies can only land weak hits on champions under a Poison Cloud debuff. So not necessarily landing just the weak hits if you have Kro'Khad or he's doing the attack. The champion receives HP burn debuff before a Poison Cloud is applied. The effects of the Poison Cloud won't work, but the buff itself will not be removed. Its affected buff spread, increase and decrease effect. So that is what he is ignoring with his A3. And the passive, also a very strong one. Let's move this up so you can see the whole thing there. Primal Ambition. What it's going to do, increase this champion's attack by 5% when killing an enemy or decapitating an extra Hydra head. Stacks up to 25%, so more damage. Increases the champ's attack by 10% when killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra head if Packmaster Shayak is on the team, so stacks up to 50%. So 5 without Packmaster, 10 with Packmaster, stacks up to 25% with them, 50% with them. So just pretty much doubling the damage, getting extra hits with them, doubling the damage when Packmaster is on the team. Instantly activates a Dominant Predator, which is the A3 skill against the Hydra head when an ally is consumed by that head if Packmaster Shayak is on the team. So yeah, you're gonna ignore the defense and maybe bring your consumed ally back to life. The aura for Kro'Khad is increase ally attack in all battles by 30%. So Valley Club, let me know what you're doing. If you were lucky enough to get this previous fusion or pull him in a shard, Are you gonna go for this new Kro'Khad? I think it looks very, very strong. Lots of damage, lots of increased damage to that Hydra, which you may already have a solid team with Titus right now since he was the last fusion. So looks like a few Hydra champs in a row here, and that is a good thing, especially if you don't have Mithrala unlocked. Hopefully you did get some value from the video today. Let me know down below though, are you gonna go for this fusion if you have Packmaster? I think that's a no-brainer. But if you are like myself, don't have Packmaster, are you gonna go for Kro'Khad? I think I am, just because I like to collect, but I don't know what value he's actually gonna bring to my account. Maybe down the road I'll pull Packmaster or something like that, but that's what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you guys are gonna do. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave the video a like, check out some of the other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure if you are starting off a brand new account, use the link in the description or that QR code up there. Take care, guys. Hulk Fist Bum, ValleyFlyin out.